Came on for a few minutes. To just give y'all an update. I'm sorry I wasn't able to come last night. I was not up to it, but I just came today to just give you all just a update. That's it, just an update on some of the things that's going on. I am resting. Most of you all know that I told you all I had a procedure done yesterday, but thank God that I am okay. My thoughts and prayers are out with the people that's in California. Some of the places they've started to evacuate them. Out in Los Angeles, people are losing their homes and everything. You know it. And I got a lot of videos from people who have sent me. And the thing that I'll tell you all is that I'll tell anybody, hey, Miss Yvette, hey, Miss Diane, that I'll tell anybody that safety's first. I mean, regardless of what you're doing, where you're at, always guard your safety. Hey, Miss Devonna. And so, material things, hey, Miss Grace, material things, we can get back. We really can. But when we start talking about our lives and everything, you can't get that back. I know a lot of people say that, and if you're in the areas of North Georgia and places in Georgia, around Atlanta, I think Fayetteville. Hey, hey, Eddie. So when you're looking at places like that, they're experiencing a lot of snow. I'm tired, Miss Ivy, but I'm okay. I'm okay, not experiencing a whole bunch of pain. Hey, Miss Shirley, don't y'all forget to hit the thumbs up, please, and share the live, share the love. And so I'm seeing where they have like, several inches of snow. And someone that inboxed me and they were saying that I'm assuming, thank you, Miss Ivy, wherever they're at, they're telling them, oh, if you can make it to work, come. Not really closing. I didn't really get into all of that. I just kind of read and respond back a few times. But I came on to say, if you know something is dangerous and you know that you're putting your life in jeopardy for traveling and trying to get to wherever you're getting, why would you go? And I understand you saying, well, Dr. Lisa, I need the job or whatever, but don't you need your life? See, this is the thing about me. I'm going to survey the situation. Mhm. My time is 4:13, and I'm in Georgia, the U.S. So I just said, to her, you should use, common sense. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on a minute. Hey, I'm on live. I didn't want anything. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. And so um, I just told her, if you know that it's out there snowing, and you know that, it's raining and some ice there, and you ain't got no way of shoveling because you ain't used to it getting, why are you going to try to get out there on the road? I don't get it. Maybe it's just me, but you know that if something that's in harm's way, let's just say if you're being asked to evacuate, and they're saying, some people are saying they're gonna stay with their house. What you mean you're gonna stay with your house? That doesn't make sense to me. Y'all, please hit the like button. That doesn't make sense to me that you're going to stay with the house. Because see, fire jumps. So if somebody came through and said, okay, y'all need to evacuate, there's a fire and it's getting very close to your home and it may harm you. Honey, I'm already been looking at the news myself. My suitcases and my survival bag is gonna be ready to get out. I ain't gonna stay back and say I'm waiting on nothing. I doubt if you have anything for me, baby. I doubt that. Now that's what I do doubt, that you have anything for me. And whatever you got, give it to somebody who you know, because you don't even know me, okay? Okay, welcome from Pakistan. Thank you. But I am just saying, we often like to say we're gonna stay with this and we're gonna stay with that. Thank you, Miss Yvette. Thumbs the video up, y'all. Don't put your life in jeopardy to stay with the home, because you can get another home. You really can. You got that one. And if you don't know about driving on ice, then don't get out there. See, people like to pass judgment. Oh, what is all the, what is all the records about? What is everything going on about people and it's snowing and all of this and all of that? Thank you, Miss Ave. And just different things about that. Well, first of all, they ain't experienced it a lot. They're not used to it. This is Georgia. Georgia hardly ever get any ice, snow, or anything else. Now, if you're up in the Chicago area and those places and stuff, you may be experiencing it. Yes. But not in Georgia. Can't tell me anything about Georgia. I told y'all born and raised in Albany, Georgia. Okay? Been everywhere. Because I come from a military family. I'm a military brat. My father retired Navy. So, yes, they're not used to it. Well, I remember, years ago, I had to be about 5. I remember that, my father had came home and it did an ice storm or whatever here. And it was snowing. He never stopped driving. You know why? He was in the military. He had a truck. He had snow tires. Ain't many folks in Georgia got no snow tires. Hey, bro, how are you? Ain't got no snow tires. So when people need to realize, this first thing people need to realize is realize where you're at and what state you're in. Okay? Realize that Georgia, Florida experiencing cold. Florida don't really be cold. No. One year when I went to a conference around this time, everything was perfect. Florida was supposed to be, no higher than 70. So that was kind of unusual. But honey, I got there on a Sunday. And that Monday, it was 20 degrees. A lady came from, thank you, Roy. A lady came from Pennsylvania. She had hats, scarves, and everything. She went back to her room, came back to my room with all that, a jacket and everything else. See, people love to point fingers. But if you're not up in those places that it snow, like in New York, Ohio, and places in those areas, then what you talking about? What you talking about? Georgia ain't used to that, and Florida ain't either. Exactly. People been there, they don't know. See you later, Roy. Thank you for stopping by. Please hit the thumbs up button for me. Thank you. I am the seeing it all knowing. Please subscribe to my channel. It's free. And y'all tell your friends to subscribe. But I was just looking at some posts and just, looking at some things that people were saying. And they were like, kind of judging people because they're out like trying to, get some of the snow off of their sidewalks and stuff, putting salt out or whatever. And they're probably doing that because they probably don't want their kids, because kids love snow. They want to be out there. They're probably trying to keep from slipping, sliding, and everything. And salt does it. But Atlanta ain't used to seeing no snow all the time. Florida ain't used to seeing. Florida's not used to seeing a lot of these a lot of the different things as far as I came back. Okay, Roy. They're not used to seeing the cold. They're not used to seeing all. They're used to seeing storms, but not everywhere with Florida. So you have to realize and look at it. The only thing I'm saying is y'all just don't be closed minded to things. That's all I'm saying. Let's be open minded when it comes to stuff, and let's try to stop judging folks. People love to judge people, but I wonder if we go around their front door, what would they think? Like, say for instance, some people agreed with me about the pastor, and some people didn't. It didn't really matter to me. I came out here and said how I felt on my channel. And her mother allowed it. If that was my child, I wouldn't allow it. Because, see, this is the thing. Let me put this right so nobody won't get offended by it. You can grow up in a church a certain way. You can. But it comes a time that when you get older, you should be wiser. And that's one thing I thank God for, is the wisdom he has bestowed upon me. Was it that you was angry? But I'm glad that everything is fine with you, Roy. And so I did not agree with the practices of the pastor. And I think in a report that we pulled up, this guy came and he was asking questions. And if I'm not mistaken, the words what that pastor said, it appeared he said, "You goddamn right." And so if he said that, then what makes you? You out here, he taping. Like I said, that's what it sounded like to me. That's what it sounded like to Tia. We listened to it about 10 times. But I stand firm on what I said about the pastor. I want to come out. I'm going to Facebook. You know I am. I stand firm on it. That is my opinion. I will give it whenever I want to give it. We can agree to disagree. But me and mine, ain't nobody going to humiliate me nor my child under no circumstances. But when you're in a cult-like situation, and I did say cult, you will actually go that way. You really will. And then, now something I will say that I don't agree with. I don't agree with people trying to put up GoFundMe's and stuff. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that people trying to go and put up registries and stuff. I don't agree with that. And according to my research, the mother said she didn't want that. So stop putting energy where they don't want it, and go out here and help these other parents that are single parents that need to help them. See, that's one thing I don't do. I don't push my support off on nobody. I ain't getting out there and trying to support nobody who ain't trying to be supported. That's just me. And sometimes people start to think that their practice and the way they do things is the right way. That ain't true. Thank you, Miss Ivette. That's not true. That's your belief. That don't mean it's true because it's your belief. It's just what you believe. And see, that's the thing. Hey, Miss Tammy, I never want y'all to get out here and start going and by what somebody else believes. I don't want anybody to be directing you how to live your life. I want them to lead their life and you lead your life, you and yours. Hey, Miss Charlene, that's what I want to happen. So many times we get on here, not even at the church. A lot of times y'all get on here, y'all hear some content creator, and y'all think that's the gospel truth they be saying. They can tell y'all anything. Oh, y'all go down here to this store down here, they the best store. Go to this casino, they got the best deal. Start researching for yourself and reading for yourself. And then you ain't got to depend on nobody else's research. But I just wanted to come out praying for California as they evacuate people. But most of all, stop letting these folk control you. Thank you, Cole. Stop letting people come out here and say a little cliche that sounds good. And they ain't living by none of it. See, you got to clean up your house before you tell me to come over here and clean up mine. See, that's how Lisa worked now. You're not going to be over here and your house in a shamble. And you and your kids ain't getting along. But then you going to come over here and try to tell me and tell how to run this channel. It ain't going to work here. No. And let me tell y'all something. Everybody have a problem. I don't give a darn what they tell you. We all have problems. Our children are not perfect. Our children get into some stuff that we have to get out that we're not proud of, so we don't tell it. If you married, every day ain't peaches and cream. Y'all have to come to agreement where y'all can get together and agree on something. But it ain't no perfect pastors. It ain't no perfect churches. It ain't no perfect family. And it's no perfect people. And I want to tell y'all that because sometimes people paint a picture to you like everything in their house going good. And you know your husband got a whole nother family over here. Now, if people want to talk about it, we can talk about it. Because that's what's happening. But then they'll come out here and act like everything in their world is so wonderful. And everything in our world ain't worth a darn. They'll come out here and brag about some of the stuff they got. Child, let me tell you. A lot of these tiny people be bragging to y'all, telling y'all they got all this stuff. Hell, and they written it all. It's from the Rental Center. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong. Let me tell y'all a story about a lady that I met. This was not very, pretty much very first professional job I had. Very first one. My feet was wet. I wasn't but like 22 years old. I went to work for this company. Very good company. And that was a lady that was within the company. And she wanted to always praise her pun. She always wanted to praise her daughter. Now, this lady was old enough to be my mother. And I told her, I said, be careful praising your children, your daughter, anybody else. I said, I'm somebody's daughter, and my mother would never praise me, which I don't want her to. And she said, oh, but she's doing this. She don't do this. She don't do that. I said, you don't know what she's doing. She ain't with you. I didn't know this lady. I didn't know her daughter. I just knew I was young. And I know that there was a time my mama probably would have said, my baby don't curse. And I had to stop my mama and tell her, yes, your baby do curse. She just don't curse in front of you. And my mama just looked at me for a while. I was attending Albany State. I was only 19, and I did curse. I just didn't curse in front of my mama. But I cursed. So when I heard her make that sound, I said, mama, never say what we won't do. Never say what your daughters won't do. She said, no, I said, even with the cursing part, I just don't cuss in front of y'all. But I cuss. I don't cuss in front of Auntie Betty, so she'll agree with you because I don't cuss in front of her. I said, but I do curse. And that is when my mama really found that I do curse. I just respect her enough not to cuss in front of her. But yes, I curse. I'm not a cursor, but I cuss. Exactly. That's right. We all have flaws. And so when people start trying to say that their children are perfect, and and I hate when people get up there and say, oh, child, you talking about smart. Oh, she's so smart. And now these are the people we go to school with. Yeah, they smart because they don't cheated their way through. I don't care what you say. Honey, first of all, I've been a student. I have got 2 bachelors, 2 masters, and a doctorate. And I have seen cheating through all of them. This is the difference between Dr. Lisa and a lot of people. If I'm going to make my ILF, I'm going to make my ILF with my knowledge. I ain't going to make my ILF with your knowledge. I'm going to make it with my knowledge. If I make an ILF, I'm going to own up to it. But I ain't going to make one cheating off of you. No. That ain't, I've always conducted my business that way. And if I do something wrong, I'm going to accept the consequences of what I've done wrong. Because I did it. If more people were like that, we'll have better people in this world. But see, we want to go over there and talk about Sister Jackson, daughter. Mm-hmm. We want to talk about Sister Jackson, daughter. It's given, it's given the candy up to anybody who wants to buy the candy. And the ones who don't want to buy it. So you over here running Sister Jackson daughter in the grind to the public. But you ain't went over here and told them about you don't get your child to abortion. So you ain't telling that. You ain't telling it. But you're over here telling about Sister Jackson daughter. That's the double standard I can't stand. No, the reason why you don't see a baby over there on her hip because we don't aborted them when you could. And I'm sure that even as bad in some places, I'm sure people still doing it. I don't know if you all ever heard of the term female circumcision. Well, female circumcision is really known in third world countries like Kenya and places like that. And what it means is that when a child is 8 or 9 years old, they're taken to a butcher and they are sewn up down there. It's only enough room to urinate and menstruate. That's it. Can't nothing go in it. Because 9 times out of 10, if we have been touched, it's hard to get married, according to the people in the third world countries. Now, nothing happens to the men. Y'all can go fact check it. Female circumcision. And the night before they get married, they go in there and they unsew them. Yeah, female circumcision, look it up. Remember, I'm a psychologist all day long. And so they want you to do that so you can be marriage material. But they ain't did nothing to the penis. Mm-mm. It always happened to the vajayjay. And it's called female circumcision. And it has been banned. But I'm telling you, when you grow up with something and you grow up in a country like a third world country, the governor can come out and ban it. But that don't mean you ain't still practicing it. Why did you bring that up, Doc? I'm trying to educate you. Just because they say that abortions are banned, don't mean people aren't performing them. That's a pill. Sometimes you got to know young people because young people tell you some stuff. That's why I love them. That is a pill that you can get. Now, I believe I wasn't really interested in the conversation at first. Then I got interested in it. I think the pill is $64. And I think you send to China for the pill. And when the pill comes back, you take it. And within the next 36 hours, you're going to abort the baby naturally as you go to the bathroom. Now, I didn't really believe it until a student made a believer out of me. She ordered the pill. When it came back, she said, "This is my pill, Doc." I said, "You're right, okay." She took the pill. And she did it over the weekend period. She took it that Thursday night because she didn't have a Friday class. And that Saturday when she called me, she was sick as a dog. But she said the process is going on. And I said, let me FaceTime because I, thought maybe she needs some help or go to, to the emergency room. She said, no, this is what it has to do. And she had a close friend to come, to her apartment to stay. And she took care of her and just kind of, gave me updates of what was going on. And I actually Instacarted her stuff like soup and crackers and different things of that nature. A lot of Gatorade and then a lot of different other things. Because it's like she was passing the baby through blood. And some of y'all know what I'm saying. So I said that to say this, you can ban anything you want. It's just people will start taking some really, really desperate, risky chances not to have it still. So people can say, okay, let's ban, GUN. You can ban them all you want, but people going to get them on the black market. I'm just saying, I just want y'all to listen to some things, just think about it. But most of all, the gist of this conversation was to come out and pray for the people that are being evacuated out of the all of Los Angeles. Now, wildfires have always been out there, but somebody sent me something and said this fire was deliberately set. I don't know about that yet now, so don't go run with it. I said somebody sent me an article saying it was deliberately set. And I don't know if that's true, but let's continue to pray for them. Just like people have sent me articles saying that C-19 was also put out there, and something else is coming even worse. People send that stuff to me, and I don't know because I haven't researched it. But thank y'all for finding time to come out here and talk to Lisa. Because I just want to talk. Like we sitting here having a round table. I have not forgot about the depression. We're going to talk about those things still. Bipolar, anything else that you want to hear. I want y'all to continue to pray for me, Miss Avette, as I can pray for you all. I love y'all. God loves you more. Please think about joining the channel. I think it starts at $2.99. And if not, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of content I plan to bring to the channel. That's why I came live. I love you. God loves you more. Y'all, this is Seeing It All, Knowing on YouTube with Tia, which is not here right now. And we'll see y'all on the next video. Be safe and stay warm.